Why can't you?
Because I can't spell for my life.
No, that's a bad joke. Can I write my name? Yes. Can't you?
I also apparently can't tell what a joke is. Hello everyone! Welcome to another video. Today we are looking at my chess game. Yes, the guy in the white shirt is me. I know, pretty crazy. In fact, it's so crazy that we're gonna analyze my game. And you're doing it beside me, and you can watch my actual on the board club game. This was supposed to come out last week, but I am procrastinating a lot. Now when the game starts, I adjust myself because I'm never ready at the start of a game. I play E4. Classic E4 opening, it'd be like that sometimes. I don't play D4, I play E4. Yes. He plays E5. I'm actually surprised because he's like everyone else plays some other opening like Sicilian or just some other opening, really. But he plays E5. Now, I usually play the Scotch against this, and that is my plan here as well. So I will think just if I actually want to play the Scotch, because everyone there knows what I play, I think. At least I play the same thing every time. I decide to go for it with knight to f3. This can turn into anything, the Italian, the other games, but he's 1911, I'm 1456 on the board. He plays c6. That's defending the pawn, classic. Can go into anything really. It's just a classic defense move. It's normal. Now I take away the normal really quickly here, playing d4. This is the Scotch. Now I like playing the Scotch. Okay, I play it all the time. Usually it's D takes d4, E takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop c5 and stuff. Bishop c5, bishop e3, queen queen to f6, and then c3. That's the usual opening here. Right now we're kind of thinking a little bit here, uh, because it is a classical game. It's a G90 I30, so we are in fact thinking a long time because it is a long game. We're gonna use all the time we can get. He in fact plays d6. I technically have an advantage in this position, but I never actually play this, so I'm gonna have to study this too. Um, right now you can see me. I'm playing this sped up because this game took 2 hours to complete. So say thank you or something. I don't know. Now what I'm thinking here is what do I do? Because I never play anyone who plays d6. The only people who play d6 are in bullet games, so I don't really want to do the same thing. I go pawn takes. I'm thinking after he takes pawn, I take knight. I take queen. Um, he knight takes queen. Knight takes pawn. That's my idea right now. That's usually what happens in bullet, and I am following that area because this is the only time I've ever seen d6 actually played. He actually plays something I've never seen before, and brings his bishop out. This is why he's good at the game. This is him being good at the game. He doesn't over complicate things or over focus on that e pawn, that the pawn in e5. Instead, he pins my knight, which is kind of not something I would like. You know. He also puts this area here. He allows the rook to take the queen if I decide to trade, which is annoying too. That's kind of like where everything's at right now. I'm thinking of playing bishop to f2 and or b5. Both put pressure, but one is for defense, one puts pressure. I end up playing bishop to e2 because I just want to play a little calmer. And I'm thinking if takes, he has to take here or else I win a piece. I take back, he takes a pawn, then I can check and take here. That's my plan. Well, that's one of my plans. Other things, I'm thinking of going here, but I realize that's a bad idea. I'm thinking of castling. I'm thinking of just developing normally, like knight here, bishop here, but bishop here is a little weirder, so I'm thinking here as well. Bishop here is weird because he doesn't have to take with either of these. In fact, he can take with this first. I take back, then he takes with pawn, which is very annoying. Then I have to either move back here. That doesn't work. But yeah, then I have to move back. So bishop here is probably not a good idea. He in fact takes with the knight, and I don't know. I end up following through with my knight takes plan. With knight takes, then he has to take with the bishop. If not, let's see if he goes here. I can just take here. Then I can take if he takes with queen. He doesn't. We wouldn't want to trade if he loses his bishop though. So he ends up taking with bishop. I'm writing it on the move because we have time, so I'm just gonna write down my moves so I don't forget that to write down the moves because you have to. I take, and now I'm planning on castles, maybe bring here. Uh, but first I know he's gonna take that. Well, after he takes, I'm trying to plan. Do I castle? Do I bring my pieces out? What do I do? Anyways, he takes, and I am continuing this plan because, yeah. Do I castle? Do I go here? Do I continue with this plan? Or do I go here instead? I end up, but here is worse, I would think, because I don't want to give the rook an area to open itself. Here, you're just getting rid of the mid pawn, and that's just fine. It's just an okay move. The reason why I usually wouldn't play this, though, although I do actually play it, I usually wouldn't play this aggressive of a move, since I have no pieces developed except my queen. And doing this would develop two pieces for my opponent, the queen and the bishop or knight, whichever one wants to jump here. I usually don't play this aggressive, really, but in this case, I did. It is a club game, so I am trying new things in these games. For a while, I was actually planning on take there and there if bishop takes, but I realized then bishop going there is kind of dumb. He plays with queen. That's a regular move, and I decided to take the pawn because I don't know. I like taking a pawn. You guys want to yell at me for not taking this pawn because that is the better move? Um, please do so because I just didn't. Okay, I see problems with this taking this pawn now as well, as it leaves this pawn vulnerable, as I don't have a pawn on the D to protect it, and F usually is not a good way to protect it. He played bishop, so there goes looking at that, but then that just didn't look actually. And then I started getting worried about this move at some point. Like he can castle this way and move bishop there, and that just kind of worried me because I did not want to lose this pawn really. But if he castled that way, if I got there, and if he opened the area for me, that is bad. If he opened the area for me, that would have been nicer. We're using this kind of clock too, so it was a weirder kind of clock, you know. Yo, look at myself twitching. Oh my god, I'm twitching. Bro, I'm like shaking so hard. I just love seeing myself in sped up while playing chess. By the way, this part isn't sped up, I don't think, right? Yeah, this part isn't sped up. Hold on, wait a minute. Something right here. Okay, he plays knight. Oh, I played knight here. I forgot to. Ah, fuck it. It's fine. We're gonna calculate this area. Yeah, this just I play this to open or to just develop pieces as my queen is my only developed piece. After knight there, uh, after knight there, I just I'm planning on developing some way either bishop or castles. Like I don't. The thing is, I don't want to castle this way if he castles long. I just don't like opposite side castling. It just doesn't seem good for me. So I'm planning on either going here to try to attack him if he long castles, which was my plan in this position. Either that or I just castle now. Those are my two ideas that I was focusing on. End up playing here to attack the pawn if long castles. Because after if he play there, thing is I can kind of get a little closer too. I can start putting pressure on the position if he played there. He ends up castling kingside. So theoretically, I should have just. I'm thinking of either castling, bring my rook here, but I don't think bring my rook here. Not in hindsight was a good idea as I played it. Um, well, I was thinking about because he did exactly what I was calculating. I was playing there, king there, and then I'm pushing here because even if this thing moves like there, if I push, this is falling anyways because otherwise this will happen, which is a massive move. He plays queen to g4, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine in my opinion. First of all, this is still a thing that can happen, but then this can happen. That just looks annoying, honestly. So instead, I attack him. This is still possible, actually. No, I think about it. This is still possible. In reality, I should have just castled because that would just been better. Put myself in a good position, some decent position, safe and all. But at this point, I really want to do something funny. Yes, I'm falling to the whole I want to do something funny kind of thing in this game. So that's what I that's what I was thinking here. Sped up, it looks like I'm violently shaking. Why am I reading that like it's a fucking script? Okay, hold on. Um, I don't know. My head hurts. Okay, just accept the fact my head hurts. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't think. Okay, leave me alone. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Uh, anyways, he checked me and I brought my bishop back. I thought he would play there. Really, I think that was just a better move. Honestly, he plays queen back, and I decide, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm attacking. Now, in hindsight, this was not a good move because he can easily move there. I was thinking he was going to move along this file or something, like there, or I don't know. That's what I was thinking he would do. He instead, yeah, he moved to h3, which I did not calculate at all. So he's attacking this pawn. I don't like him attacking this pawn. So I want to defend it, but I know he's gonna move here as well if I do something, and then this pawn is gonna fall eventually to something. I don't know by what, but by something. Anyways, I play rook to d3. which is a very interesting move, in my opinion. It is stupid and not stupid at the same time. It's more stupid than anything else, though. Yeah. So I'm thinking he's gonna play that like eventually. I'm still trying to like get over here somewhat. He plays rook here because why not? And I attack the queen because instead of him doing this himself, I give him a reason to do it. Yes, this is how I think. I don't. Um so he's most definitely gonna either play there or back. He's not gonna play back though. So this is his only move. I'm quite literally forcing him. By the way, the reason why he can't play there is if I could do this or this and start getting an attack on him, which is very annoying. So I'm quite literally forcing him to play a good move. Yes, I know. So he's attacking. So he attacks my rook, and so I move it into protection, and he takes like I thought he was gonna do. Right. Because I'm an idiot and all. You can't stop doing idiotic things when you just want to do it. It's like extremely badly. Now, I'm thinking, why not attack the queen again? Because I want to protect this pawn. The problem is it's being attacked twice with no defense. So I play bishop here, attacking the queen and the bishop at the same time. I'm thinking he's going to play there. But no, I'm an idiot and I didn't see this. Fortunately, I'm also not an idiot in a very lucky way. As after a while of thinking, I realized this actually traps his queen. Now, it's either traps his queen or he has to take this with the rook. Now, unfortunately, to my dismay, he decides to take the rook here at some point in the very near future. Will he? Will he? I thought I was on cue. Oh no, I'm not on cue. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, because it's here because he can check me, sure, but then I go here. No, I don't even need to do that. The hard part is I could go up here, and now he's just done for, as I'm covering every square. So his queen is trapped after this move. He can't move there or there because knight. If if checks there, it doesn't work because I'll have this here, and I'll just have this area just completely contained. You know, I have the entire area contained to my air to just like my place. So he has to take, and I'm gonna take back. Then he's probably gonna take back the queen. He then takes with rook. Now I'm like, oh yeah, he could do that because I did not actually think about that. You know, I am an idiot. I didn't actually think about that move. He takes there, and I think I'm good. Unfortunately, Stockfish says I am not that good here. Like at all. Now I do a lot of thinking because I'm thinking I can maybe move, but then I realize that's just not a good idea. So I'm thinking of how to take. Well, of course I'm going to take here, and I'm going to take with a knight. But then I was also calculating what is he going to take with? Where am I going to move after he takes? He takes with queen, which is what I calculated. So I was also gonna. So my two ways I was going was either take or take here. Problem, I didn't want this to kick out my bishop from this square. So I was mostly considering this D1, this D take, and just kind of winging it from that point. Yes, I know. I'm really good. I'm so good at the game. I decided to wing it. I know. I'm just that good at the game. So, yeah. My planning could use some work. I know, but it'd be like that sometimes. I also don't realize that this is also a threat. And after I move here, he checks. I did not see that. So I then move it. It just then he checks me again. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm in a very bad position now. Hold up. This is not as good as I thought it was. So I move my king. Now, the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just kind of winging it. He takes with the queen, which is quite unfortunate. I could have used that pawn. Now, I'm worried about him getting a lot of attacks on this pawn. I'm also worried about him getting just too much. Just the threats getting too much for me to handle. So I put rook up here, just kind of like putting my rooks on the same square, kind of defending this area, you know? And as I am fidgeting extremely hard, kind of nervous, I'm like, just like, yeah, he moves queen to e6, which is kind of annoying. It's just actually very annoying because he's attacking my g square, which I actually did not see. Yes, I know. I'm very good at this game. And he's just being very annoying in general, as he's also attacking this square, which I did see. I move rook, he takes, I go down. He takes because he's in a better position, so why wouldn't he do it? He has more pawns, he has just a better position against me. I take back because why not? He moves there. Now I don't want him to check me. That I'm just looking at checks right now. Like that's literally the only thing I'm looking at. Um and yeah, I probably should have looked at a little more than just checks like that, you know. But I was also planning on moving here, but this check was kind of stopping me. Thing is, if he took here, it would be pretty much mate after 2 moves. But should I have done that? Probably not. Uh, or that's probably not a good move now I think about it. Like, no. I move king to g2, which is just to stop any checks. He decides to stop back rank make, and now I pretty much have no way to win. But I could try still. I could still try. You know. By the way, I could take. I can. Oh, I could have taken. I can't take this. The problem is I can't take this because I got to defend this pawn. If this pawn falls, I've completely lost the game. I've still got at least a little bit of hope in this position. You know. But if this pawn falls and I don't get anything out of it, it's completely lost. Like there's no way of coming back. Better to resign. So I can't actually take this free pawn because it's not free. I know, chess is a bitch. It'd be like that sometimes though, you know? This is how the game of chess is played, and it just happens. I made a few mistakes at the beginning. I really should have castled. I regret not castling. But you know, past is past. Now we are just kind of looking for anything to do. I don't know what to do. I'm really considering just pushing my pawn once or twice, just as a waiting move to see what he does. I know that's a bad idea, but that was my only. That's just like my only kind of way of doing things at this point. Now, after a very, very, very long while of thinking, I decide to push my pawn 1 square, 1 square, so I could do it a second time later. Mostly, but it's probably not a good move. Not gonna lie, but it happens. It'd be like that, you know. Now, I'm like looking around. What can he do? What can he do? He can go. He can go here. He can just threaten me more with different things. He can go here. He can go here with the knight. I'm just like thinking about a bunch of different things. He can check me. I didn't like this check. I really didn't like this check. I didn't want to trade queens at all, but this check would have forced me to trade queens. It just didn't seem fun, you know. Now he ends up going queen to b5, which is annoying. So I move my rook to kind of on the same file as my queen. He goes queen to c6, which is annoying. So I move because he checked me. I don't like being checked, but he checked me. Unfortunate. Now a few things he can do here. By a few things, I mean two things that are actually pretty annoying. So what he Yeah. I end up he pushes and I end up attacking his knight. He makes a waiting move. He makes a waiting move to see what I would do because I have nothing. I can't do anything. So he makes a waiting move, which is a very annoying thing. He plays knight there, and now I'm screwed because again, if I lose this pawn, I'm screwed. First of all, this is the fork now. So it does it's not I'm not looking at it in a good position right now. So I am basically forced to move my bishop back, which is annoying, but it'd be like that sometimes. Uh so I'm looking around and he puts queen to f3, which is annoying because he's attacking my undefended bishop. I defend it by attacking the queen, moving my rook to d3. He checks me. I end up moving, I think. Yes. Then I'm looking what he can do. I'm looking at what he can do. I'm looking at different checks. I'm looking at different areas he could do. This queen check was the most likely he would do, in my opinion. But he could have easily done something like this as well. Because any kind of check like this would be very annoying for me, as it would not help me in the slightest and actually hurt me a lot. He ends up checking over on c5, or not c5, e5, e6. Queen to e6 check. Now I'm thinking, do I go up or down? Up, I get mated in so many different ways, so I go down. And now I can recognize I'm in a very, very bad position. He plays queen, which is annoying, but okay. I play queen to e4 to kind of get a repetitive check kind of going. I want to repeat moves. That's what I want to do. I mean, it looked like my only way out. He makes it annoying by moving his knights, so I can't actually do that. Now I have to move my queen because he's attacking my queen. So I have to move it somewhere, but I also have to protect this pawn. The only way I saw that I could have done it was going to e3, but he could go to f5 and then there'll be a fork threat. So I have to be careful about that as I move to e3. Now he's thinking a bit, but it didn't take him a while to go to f5. Now this is a big threat because I would lose my queen immediately, and that would not be good. So I decide to move my king back to g2 once again. This is not looking good, by the way. If you can tell, yeah, this is just I'm cooked. Actually, he plays knight to e4, which is I thought he was gonna play knight to g4, but e4 is much more dangerous. I think. I mean, it has ideas, but I don't know. I decided to attack the knight, and I realized that this is not a threat because that's the thing I was worried about the most. As you can see, I've left my chair because I'm actually out in the hallway screaming. I come back and I come back. He takes my bishop because he can't do this without it. So I've got to do something. I don't know what the something is, but I gotta do something. I'm thinking either queen takes or king takes. I think I'm starting to think king takes is a little better than I actually take with the king. Now, this looks like a threat, but it's not really a threat because I can go check there, I can check there, I can check with multiple pieces. Yes, I can check, which is thing that I could do. Now, what I don't expect is for him to just play G4, G5. I do not expect that. And I end up... Now, any more trades and it's over for me. Really, it's over. So I don't want to... Well, first of all, this is a threat, which is annoying. I go here, and he takes here, and as you can see, I am very frustrated. Like, look at this. Bro, my head is on the table, basically. Look at that. Yeah, I'm frustrated. But, it's fine, it's fine. I'm actually playing again tonight, so tomorrow at night I should have something up. I don't know. Okay, I'm having trouble with my video schedule upload because I have to edit a War Thunder thing as well. But anyways, I'll see you all later. Have a nice day. I'll make sure to study. I heard my opponent is playing the Barnes opening, which is very interesting. But it'd be like that sometimes. I'll see you all later. Have a nice day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.